cracking, YouTube? It's me, your host, Toon, aka the Comic Book Thug. Once again, bringing another comic book review. This time it's for Captain Britain and the Mighty Defenders, issue number 1. This was another one of those books where I was skeptical about getting because I was like, I'm probably not gonna like this. But one is the Secret Wars, and 85% of the Secret Wars tie-ins has been good, and two, it was a slow week. I only had 5 comics came out that week, so I had to pick up this just so I can. It was either going to be a swing and a miss or a swing and a hit. So I'll let you know how I think about what I think about it after the review. But the comic opens up and it's years ago, and we see Tony Stark. It's basically the origin of Tony Stark, the Iron Man. Tony Stark with Doctor Janssen. I'm probably saying that wrong. It's not Yangsun? It might be Yangsun. Yang. I think it's Yangsun. But in this timeline, Tony put him in the suit, and Tony sacrificed himself, basically saying like, we need more people like you because you're a healer. We need people. The world needs you, and they don't need more people like me. So he basically sacrificed himself so he can survive. We see years later, we see Dr. Yingson inside of the Iron Man suit, and he's basically it's Earth Day, and he's basically like revealing Yingsun City is the first total self-sustaining metropolis, and he's basically in front of a crowd. And he's saying this wouldn't be without Tony. And then we see, we look up and we see a world. We see a world, and if I'm not mistaken, is that this is an incursion, and that was an incursion. So this is like another timeline. And then the incursion happened, and now we're in the present time. We say now on Battle World, and we see he's Byrne Ho Yingson. He's the Byrne of this domain, and we see Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, who's also a Thor, and she's like his head of security, and he basically tells her about his dreams, and she says like, if I wasn't your friend, I would have to turn you in because you're not supposed to be having thoughts like that. And on this world, Tony Stark is the president. He's President Stark of the war zone. So she basically says that he should forget about his dreams because she don't want to turn him in. And it's funny because she's a Thor, but she doesn't have a hammer. She has like a little Gavin. And he asks her like, why you pick a Gavin not a hammer? And she put her fist up and said, because I got the hammers right here. That was a pretty funny exchange. So then she leaves him, and she runs into Hubie Brown, who's on this world is Spider Hero. He wants to be called Spider-Man, but he's Spider Hero. And he too has been having dreams about his past life, about his world. To show a little flashback about how Morlun killed Spider-Man, and how he's taken over, and how he took over as Spider-Man, but everybody calls him Spider Hero. And just like Yingson, he says not dreams, they're more like memories, because they have memories of their past life before the incursion. So then we see Antonio Yingson. And I can't pronounce her first name. It looks like Antonio, but it's Antonia Jensen. Well, her name is Kid Rescue. And I forgot to mention, his name is not Iron Man in this world. Byrne Jensen's name is Rescue. His name is Rescue. But anyway, this is Kid Rescue. He basically is the daughter of the Byrne. Yes, and she says we have a problem at the border, and when we get to the border, we see White Tiger there, and they're basically they looking out of the wall, and they see a lady walking up with a sword, and White Tiger wants to let her in, and She-Hulk is basically saying like, that's against the law, you can't do that, and next thing you know is the lady swings her sword and she knocks down the wall with the sword, and this is Dr. Frenzin Hassan. And this is Captain Britain. So they basically ask a question. They give her tea, and she apologizes for knocking on the wall. And they ask a question like, where's she from? Who is she? And she says she's from She's from Great Britain, and which She-Hulk says she never heard of, and her name is Captain Britain, and she was passed down that name from the first Captain Britain. I forgot his name, but he her gave her Excalibur and stuff like that. So we see Bern Henson shows up, and he's actually wearing a suit, and she basically when they're trying to figure out what to do, Kevin Britt says that Doom is not God, and you see Spider Hero say wow, and Henson, Bern Henson actually agrees with him, but in the midst of this, Doctor Doom appears as a hologram because he was using the suit to listen to everything he was talking about. So basically, Henson City is connected to Mondo City, and Mondo City is constantly at war, and Doom basically takes down the wall so Mondo City can invade them, since they don't believe, he says She-Hulk and all of them doesn't believe in Doom, because She-Hulk actually sided with all of the Defenders. That's what they call them, the Defenders, and a giant tank with a whole bunch of guns break in, and they try to get all the people to safety. When Bern Henson is basically killed, like he's shot in the face. He's shot in the face by, I'm not gonna say his name yet because he's gonna say at the end of the thing, but we do see Emma Frost, and they call her Boss Frost, and it looks like they all have Iron Man suits on, like they kind of look like all Iron Man suits. So Captain Britain goes to attack, but she's like knocked unconscious from Boss Frost, and as time passes, she wakes up and she's in front of what they call his name is Boss Cage, and she's inside Mondo City, and that's basically where the comic ends, where I guess she's a capture of Boss Cage and Boss Frost, and she's inside of Mondo City, which the building that she in has a giant Punisher logo on it. So that was interesting. That's basically how the comic ends. Interesting book. I mean, I'm really a fan of it. I can't believe they killed. Oh, I'm not surprised that they killed Baron. What's his name again? Baron Jansen. Yangson or whatever. I'm not surprised because like he's not even on the front cover. The Defenders is going to be his daughter, Captain Britain, She-Hulk, Spider Hero, and White Tiger. So I'm not surprised. But this was a good book. I really enjoyed this book. I think this is a must pick up if you want to read something different and fresh. And I really like it. But that was my review for Captain Britain and the Mighty Defenders, issue number 1, Secret Wars. Let me know in the comments below if you picked up this book, and if you did, let me know if you liked it or disliked it and why. Leave your positive and negative comments below. Like, subscribe, share. Follow my Twitter, my Instagram, which is in the description below. And as always, from me, your host, Toon, aka the Comic Book Thug, have a nice day.
That's all, folks.